Samsung has officially unveiled the Galaxy Z Flip 7 at its latest Galaxy Unpacked event, bringing a range of upgrades that make this foldable more powerful and polished than ever. With larger inner and outer displays, a bigger battery, and new AI-powered features, the Flip 7 aims to redefine what a compact smartphone can do. But does it have what it takes to outshine the Motorola Razr 60 Ultra? Motorola's clamshell contender, which launched earlier in April, boasts a flagship-grade processor, generous RAM, and a massive battery that promises all-day endurance. So when it comes to the battle of premium foldables, which one truly leads the pack? Let's dive into a detailed spec-by-spec comparison to find out. Display-wise, both phones bring stunning visuals to the table, but with notable differences in refresh rates and responsiveness. Samsung's Flip 7 features a 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X inner display with a 120Hz refresh rate, offering excellent clarity, contrast, and smoothness for everyday use, media consumption, and light gaming. Motorola edges ahead with a slightly larger 7.0-inch POLED inner display that pushes refresh rates up to an impressive 165Hz. Delivering an even snappier and more fluid experience, especially noticeable during fast scrolling and gaming sessions. The outer displays also tell an interesting story. The Flip 7 debuts a 4.1-inch Super AMOLED cover screen with slimmer bezels and better integration into the top half of the phone, making it more usable for widgets, full-size apps, and even composing messages without flipping open the device. Motorola's 4.0-inch external POLED display, though just a hair smaller, stands out with its 165Hz refresh rate and a more playful dynamic UI approach. It's bold, animated, and extremely responsive, and Motorola lets users run almost any app directly on it, a flexibility Samsung still slightly limits, even though it's improved app compatibility over the previous generation. Performance marks one of the more defining lines between these two foldables. The Galaxy Z Flip 7 is powered by Samsung's in-house Exynos 2500 chipset, fabricated on a cutting-edge 3nm process. It's efficient and well-optimized, with 12GB of RAM backing it up, ensuring reliable performance across multitasking, media editing, and gaming. However, the Motorola Razr 60 Ultra takes the performance game a notch higher, thanks to Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 chipset, paired with a generous 16GB of RAM. In benchmarks and real-world responsiveness, the Razr pulls ahead, especially under load or when running multiple demanding applications at once. For power users and gamers, the Razr 60 Ultra simply handles heat and speed better, while the Flip 7 offers a more stable and consistent performance curve over long periods. Storage options also reflect different expectations. Samsung starts at 256GB, while Motorola begins at a hefty 512GB, giving users more headroom for media, apps, and high-resolution video out of the box. In the camera department, both phones deliver solid photography, though their philosophies differ. The Flip 7 offers a dual-lens setup consisting of a 50-megapixel wide and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, while the Razr 60 Ultra boasts a 50-megapixel wide and an impressive 50-megapixel ultra-wide shooter, which also serves as a macro lens. In broad daylight, both phones produce crisp, vivid images with accurate color balance and good contrast. However, Samsung tends to favor more natural tones, while Motorola enhances vibrancy, especially in greens and reds. The Razr shines particularly in ultra-wide and macro photography, offering much sharper detail, better edge clarity, and superior close-up focusing. Night mode and low-light performance also tilt slightly in Motorola's favor, with cleaner shadows and reduced noise in darker environments, although Samsung does maintain better exposure balance in some high-contrast scenes. Selfie lovers will appreciate that both phones let you use the main rear cameras with the cover screen as a viewfinder, but Motorola's larger ultra-wide sensor makes it better suited for group shots or capturing wider backgrounds. Battery life is another significant area of divergence. The Flip 7 houses a 4300 mAh battery, which is a welcome bump over its predecessor, but still smaller than the 4700 mAh cell inside the Razr 60 Ultra. In typical daily use, comprising screen time, social media, video playback, and photography, the Razr consistently lasts longer, sometimes stretching into the second day with moderate use. The Flip 7, while efficient, generally requires a top-up by the end of a full day. Charging speed further separates them. Motorola supports a blazing fast 68-watt wired charging that can fully recharge the phone in under 45 minutes, and even its wireless charging is quicker than Samsung's. In contrast, the Flip 7 sticks with Samsung's more conservative 25-watt wired charging and slower wireless top-ups, which may feel outdated in comparison to Motorola's high-speed approach. Where Samsung Claw's background is in software, ecosystem integration, and long-term support. The Flip 7 runs One UI 7 atop Android 15 and offers arguably the most polished foldable software experience to date. Samsung's deep focus on multitasking, flex mode enhancements, and app continuity makes using the device in different form factors feel seamless. It also benefits from features like Samsung DeX, turning your phone into a desktop-like interface when connected to a monitor, something the Razr 60 Ultra lacks entirely. Furthermore, Samsung now leads the Android world and update commitment, offering a staggering 7 years of OS and security updates, matching Google's best and far surpassing Motorola's more modest 3-year promise. For users concerned about longevity, resale value, and ongoing security, this is a massive advantage in Samsung's favor. That said, Motorola's software, based on a light-touch MyUX over Android 15, is snappy, bloat-free, and includes useful extras like Moto gestures and a unique external display experience. Still, it lacks the advanced ecosystem tie-ins and future-proofing Samsung provides. Pricing reflects the distinct positioning of both phones. Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip 7 starts at $1,099 for the 256GB model, making it the more affordable entry into the premium flip market. Motorola's Razr 60 Ultra, while more powerful and better equipped in some hardware areas, starts at a steeper $1,299 for its 512GB configuration. This pricing makes the Flip 7 more attractive for those who want a balanced, stylish, and well-supported foldable at a lower cost, especially if they're already within Samsung's broader product ecosystem. On the other hand, Motorola is targeting buyers who want top-tier performance, faster charging, and more flexible camera hardware, even if it means paying a premium. In the end, the Flip 7 delivers a highly refined user experience with better long-term software support, a slimmer design, Samsung's ecosystem advantages, and a more accessible price point. It's a device made for users who value balance, polish, and longevity. Meanwhile, the Razr 60 Ultra makes its mark with raw power, high refresh rate displays, superior ultra-wide photography, longer battery life, and lightning-fast charging. It's clearly geared towards enthusiasts who crave specs and speed without compromise. Neither phone is objectively better than the other. They're both excellent in their own right, but they excel in different areas, making the decision more about which strengths matter most to you.